morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm AJ Welker.
And I'm Cam Madrono.
With Principal David Byrd set to leave by the end of this month, one RHS club is doing their part to honor Byrd while raising a bit of money in the process.
That's right, next Monday, the Future Business Leaders of America Club is hosting a Stuck for a Buck fundraiser for their farewell to Byrd.
Essentially, students and staff will have the opportunity to purchase strips of duct tape that in turn will be used to tape Byrd to a wall during the one lunch.
In the process, seniors plan to set up a petition that proposes Byrd come back to Roseville to speak at their graduation this coming May.
With Byrd leaving at the end of the month, I just feel like it wouldn't be right for a temporary principal to give our speech after Byrd has seen us grow over the 4 years, and there are other options, but we don't really want to go towards that backup plan without asking Byrd first and letting him see that we do want him to come back.
We're also letting you write messages on the duct tape, so Mr. Byrd will see the messages at the end of the event, and it'll be like a going away gift for him too.
The event will take place in the amphitheater, and prices for tape are listed as the following: $1 for 1 foot of tape, $3 for 1 yard, and $5 for 2 yards. All proceeds will go to help FBLA with fees for their state conference this coming April. Principal Byrd is ensuring his final days at Roseville really stick with students.
In other news, the Project Lead the Way BI class recently participated in a unique lab. Students took swabs of locations around RHS to gather different types of bacteria from around the school.
We try to be as clean as possible, but there are definitely some areas where we don't succeed as much, and you can definitely tell. For example, the one with the biggest amount of growth were the yearbook keyboards, and I bet it's because they're not cleaned that much, and especially since we got samples that were really in the cracks of the keys, there was a lot of built up dust and bacteria from over the years. So it's really just showing that we should be more careful, especially when let's just say we're laying our head against a keyboard. There's a lot of bacteria on that.
Seems like an interesting way to learn a little bit more about our campus.
Tomorrow is the annual crab feed. Junior class officers are still searching for volunteers to help serve and run the event. The crab feed begins at 6 p.m. at the Placer County Fairgrounds.
Students can sign up to volunteer by visiting Student Government in room 202 or filling out a sign-up form sent to student emails. If you've already signed up, be sure to check your student accounts for updates and reminders prior to the event.
Now we go to Kobe Estrada for sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kobe Estrada. This year's JV baseball and softball teams have been heavily affected by this winter season. So far, the rain has caused the teams to lose hours of practice and games on multiple occasions. Both now find themselves with limited time to develop as individual teams, despite starting league next week. We go to Vinny Jordan with more.
Many spring sports, including track, baseball, and softball, have been forced to cancel various games and/or practices this spring due to the continuous harsh weather conditions. But the teams that have been the most hurt by the rain have been JV baseball and softball due to the lack of proper irrigation system on both fields.
We have a drainage system, and we're constantly if we do have practice in the outfield, we're constantly splashing in the mud, and on the sides of our field is completely soaked, and the varsity field does have drains, and they get to work on it, but we don't get any of the stuff.
Without any drainage, both teams are often unable to practice on their fields and have limited spaces to work on drills.
We haven't got a lot of practice, so we haven't got better due to the rain. We have to practice indoors in the small gym now, so there's not much drills we could do to get better.
Be able to work on the plays that we need to work on for the game, so when the game does come, we're just playing it by ear. We haven't been able to go through those plays, so when the game does come, we're just guessing because we haven't been able to bond with other girls.
For sports news, boys volleyball defeated the River Valley Falcons with a score of 3-1. Baseball fell to Heritage High School with a score of 8-6. And softball defeated the Consumnes Oaks Wolfpack with a score of 7-4. Baseball plays tonight at home versus Del Oro. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kobe. Last night, the highly anticipated Marvel movie Captain Marvel released, and is possibly the best movie yet. I didn't come to the movie with the best expectations because a lot of hatred for it being all out over the internet, but I was pleasantly surprised. Captain Marvel doesn't really follow the type of any superhero movie that Marvel has released ever, and this change is very well received by me. It's not the same swole superhero doing things for the good of all, so if you come into the movie expecting that, then you will be disappointed. But if you come in with an open mind, then you will come out of the theater extremely happy. Once you actually get into the movie, however, it is absolutely fantastic. The storytelling is almost as good as Black Panther, which is my favorite Marvel movie, and the intense cinematography and special effects are almost as good as Infinity War. However, this movie is only the precursor to the ultimate battle that will occur on April 26th in Marvel's newest movie, Avengers Endgame. The anticipation for Endgame only made this movie even better too. The whole movie I just thought continuously that Captain Marvel will be the one to beat Thanos, and I didn't know if she could. But after this movie, I think that Earth's Mightiest Heroes may just be triumphed by Earth's Mightiest Heroine. Now we go back to news.
Thanks, Jackson. One RHS teacher is hoping to get back on track with his cycling passion. We go to Natalie Russell with more.
CP Chemistry and Physiology teacher Oliver Weiss has been biking for many years and has had competed in over 100 races in his life.
I've been biking for almost 20 years, on and off. Started off in high school, took a little break during college, and then started up again in my late 20s and on and off ever since.
Biking began as a conditioning for other sports, then after a while it became Weiss's main activity.
Biking for me started as cross training. I did other sports in high school, track and inline speed skating, and biking was a good way to get some extra mileage and work my cardiovascular.
Weiss hopes that his love for this sport will be passed on to his children.
Before my kids could walk, we got them Strider balance bikes, and we've been biking ever since. My daughter, who's 7, we kind of routinely go on about 10 to 15 mile bike rides and go grab a donut afterwards, and I really hope that they continue to enjoy biking as much as I do, and it's part of our family.
While Weiss is not currently competing, he hopes to return to competition next year. And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.